How's it going? Just way back again with another video. I'm out here in nature, I highly recommend spending some time in Mother Nature. Allowing yourself to be embraced by Mother Nature is one of the best things you can do, and you can do it in many different ways. You could be at a beach, covering up yourself in sand, walking in the sand, barefoot, of course. We'll get to that later. Let's start talking about the topic today. The fact that we are running away from ourselves, We are running away from ourselves. The thing is, it's funny because how can we run away from something that is all that there is? Because you are all that there is. You are everywhere. You literally are not able to run away from yourself. You can't do it. Like, it's not possible to run away from yourself because you are everywhere. You might not understand this yet, but keep going through your journey. Keep going through your path. Keep finding your truth. Keep going out and, well, not keep going out, keep going within you, but because you're kind of living inside of yourself. It's a weird way of thinking, but it's the way of thinking. It's the first way of thinking that really makes sense. It makes sense that you are everywhere, and even in a lot of the textbooks, like in the Bible and many different teachings, Hinduism and Buddhism, it talks about you being everywhere. It talks about God being everywhere. And the breath of God is within you, and God is everything and everywhere. So if God is everything and everywhere, then that means that God is you and that you are God. And it's something that's hard to really to get a grasp of, to understand, to even begin to understand. I'm still learning about this. I felt it in my heart, but I'm still living it. I'm still experiencing it. It's life. It's a journey. If you ever heard this saying of life is kind of like God playing a game of hide and seek with himself, this is the case. It's like you are God and you came here, but you chose to forget who you are, and your journey is literally all about remembering who you are. Many of the Disney movies actually focus on that topic. It's kind of all about remembering who you are and going out there and expressing who you are and giving yourself to the world, finding your gift. Because most of us, we realize that in life, what we're doing, especially if we're living the standard life and eating the standard American diet or the stuff that we've been fed all these years, we realize that we are unfulfilled, that we are not happy, we have no energy, we have no passion, and we've turned into robots, we've turned into zombies. So we have to get away from that. But it's also put us in a place, we have this saying that also says that, but we're just human, you're only human. But we don't even know what a human is totally. We don't know what a human being is capable of. We really don't, because we haven't reached our max. We haven't reached our best. Human beings have done amazing things, but we still haven't reached our best. We still haven't done, life is about constant evolution. Human beings are going to continue to evolve and evolve and evolve. But right now, we're not evolving. Right now, we are kind of going towards our own extinction. We claim to be at the top of the food chain, but we're literally killing ourselves. We're killing our planet. We're killing where we get our air from, we're killing our clean water. We're cleaning our fruits. We're killing each other. We're using up all our resources as if it's infinite. Yes, we live in an abundant universe, but there are laws, and we're not obeying those laws. We're not obeying the universal laws. These laws don't even need to be spoken. They are just facts. They are things that you actually experience through life once you allow life to flow through you. But it's hard to have life flowing through you if you are in an inorganic environment, which most of us live in. I did not realize life. I did not start experiencing life truly until I took a good break from that inorganic environment, until I took a good break from the video games, the TV, the drugs. I say drugs all the time, but I mean weed. Weed is the only drug that I ever, used. Alcohol and sex and all the distractions, This video is going to focus a lot on distractions because we try to run away from ourselves, and we in any way that we can distract ourselves, we will do that, including food. Including food. Food is a big one. I'll get to that later. I'll talk about that. But food is a big distraction for sure. Food should be medicine, but right now food has become a drug for many of us. Food has become a bad habit. Something that should have been nice and social and Like the kind of food that I love to eat, fruits, of course. When I think about eating fruit, I think about going out to nature and enjoying the fruit, going out to the beach, maybe going hiking and working up a good sweat, and then getting to the top of the mountain and just like open up the bag and just have like fruits and just really enjoy it. You know, it's food that makes me feel alive. But right now, when you think about food, people going out, it's like fried foods, cooked foods, and it's like filled with oil, salts, and sugars, accompanied by soda, or sugary drink, alcohol, or even then, like, you're smoking before, so, the food can taste better, smoking gives you the munchies, like, our relationship with food is just disastrous, and that entails, that translates to our relationship with ourselves, because food is information. Everything is information. Everything that you come into contact with, anything that goes through your senses, is all information. It's how we learn. It's how we experience the world. It's how we grow and evolve. It's how we, it's how we grow. It's how we learn, and it's how we're kind of like, let's say you're like a computer. Your senses are how you get software updates, we'll say. That's how you get your software updates. You get your software updates through your senses. And the best way to get the best updates, to stimulate your senses in the best possible way, is to go to source. It's to go to source. It's to go to where you came from. It's to go to nature. Like unbothered nature, like a natural environment. An environment that is nice and clean air, silence. It's got the animals there. Like you can hear life. You can feel the life when you're in nature. You can feel good. You can breathe easy. You can relax. Your mind is not running around, because where your environment is, where you are in your environment, like that will be what you're feeling on the inside. Like when I'm in the city, oh my goodness, man, I'm a wreck. I'm seeing everything that's going on. I'm just like, whoa, like this is crazy. People are actually living like this. Like this, like what is this? This doesn't make sense to me. All that's going on in the city, all the anger and all the yelling and all the sickness and all the junk food, I'm just like, how? Like, this doesn't make sense to me. But, when I'm in that environment, I can tell that it's affecting me. I can tell that I'm experiencing it as myself. I can feel it. So I have to be really strong when I'm in there to stay on path. And it's not easy because everybody else is off path. You have to go to the path less traveled. You do. And the path less traveled is the path of facing yourself, is to go within and actually face your demons. Don't run away. Everybody's out here running away. We're all running away and getting nowhere, because you can't run from yourself. You can't run from yourself, because you're everywhere. Wherever you run to, you're going to find yourself. However deep you go, you will be there, and it will be you. And the only way to rise up is to face yourself. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep running and keep going deeper and deeper and dig yourself in a deeper hole, to the point where when you face yourself, it has to be like this giant ordeal? Or are you going to, finally listen to yourself and just face yourself? The further down you go, the harder it will be. But for some of us, I guess we need that lesson. Some of us are very stubborn, and we just need that little pain. We need a little kick. Sometimes you see we make changes when we are in pain. Like, I started making the biggest changes I made is due to pain. It's due to my kidney stones. And that was painful. And I don't like that pain, because I realized when I was in that pain, I could not enjoy life. So that makes it a lot easier for me to stay on the right path, because I know if I go back to the junk food and I go back to the alcohol and the coffee and the weed and all that stuff, if I go back to that, it's going to lead me to more pain. In fact, I even ate those things so I could just feel the pain and be reminded, like, I know what that pain is like, and I don't want to go there. Like, why would we want to go to pain? Why would we choose pain? Why? Thing is, like most of us do, running away from ourselves causes pain. But that's what we are all doing. We are all self-medicating with pain without even truly knowing it. We have truly begun to believe that life, like the existence, like life is painful, like life is suffering. I hear that a lot. Like, life is suffering. Life is not suffering. Life is a choice. Like, you decide. You can decide if you want to suffer or not. Suffering may happen, but you don't have to stay there. Many people are choosing to stay there. And, if you're watching this channel, I know you're trying to get out of that. or maybe you are out of it and you're trying to stay out of it, you know? And maybe you're also trying to help other people get out of the suffering. And that's something too I had to stop doing. I had to conserve my energy, save my energy for my passion. Because if you're trying to help people, you're trying to get people to believe something that they're not ready to believe yet. If you're trying to get people to see the world the way you see it, and you're actively going out there and trying to do that, you are in for a rude awakening. You know, it's like as if somebody is drowning, and you're trying to pull them out, and then they kick you in the face, or I guess they can't. They're not gonna kick you, but I guess they could kick you. But they just like hit you. They're just like, leave me alone, like let me drown. You just have to let them drown. It would suck for that to happen in real life, like but that's what's happening figuratively. People, like, you try to help them, and they're going to smack you in the face. They're gonna call you all sorts of names. They're gonna call you crazy. Oh man. They're going to call you all sorts of names. And they're not going to believe you. And sometimes they might just shake their head in agreement, but they're not ready. And do yourself a favor and keep that information to yourself. Keep it to yourself, but share it on your platform. Share it on your social media. Share it on YouTube or whatever. Share it in your poetry. Share it in your music. Share it in whatever way you choose to express yourself. Just do that. Have fun with it. Implement your message, implement life, implement love, implement peace in whatever it is that you do, and just share it that way. Do it effortlessly. Do it like the animals. You see the animals? Animals inspire us. Nature inspires us. Like, just the natural things that happen in life are very inspiring. And guess what? They're not even trying to be inspiring. They're not. They're just being them. They're just doing them. They're just doing what's encoded in their DNA. They're just doing what they came here to do. And if we do what we came here to do, if we are true to ourselves, if we are true to our higher selves, not the fake self that we built when we came here, if we are true to our higher self, we will shine just like the animals. We will be admired just like the animals are. People will come to you and just be like, how are you so beautiful? How are you so vibrant? How are you so happy? They're going to want to know. That's how you inspire people. You don't have to do anything. You don't. You don't have to do like anything but just be and express yourself. But in order to express yourself, your true self, your higher self, you have to go within and you have to face your demons. You do. You can't just keep ignoring yourself. Like we run away from ourselves. We are afraid of who we are. We are afraid of our power. And I talked about, there's that one saying in the Bible, it says, be still and know that I am God. And even there's another part, it says, Jesus told the guys, like, didn't I tell you that you were gods? And the thing that I've noticed, the first time I was looking at those scriptures, I was like, I'm not religious, by the way, but the Bible does have some good stuff in it. But the first time I was looking at those words, I was like, I thought about it, am I God? And it scared me to think that I could be God. Like, it scared me. I'm like, how can I be God? Like, and that's how the people were in the Bible. Like, Jesus told them they were God, but they didn't want to believe it. They did not want to believe, even though Jesus himself told them that they were God, but they did not want to believe it. And I first didn't want to believe it either. Like, how could I be God? Like, I'm nothing. Like, who am I? Like, I ain't shit. Like, that was my thought back then. But I realized that I am more. I am the shit. I am awesome. Like, I am amazing. I am great. I am powerful. Like, I haven't even gone to the full extent of my power, but I love myself. I love myself. So now it's like, it's not a hard thing for me to think and to ponder on that. I'm not saying no to that fact, because the stuff that has happened in my life since going through this journey and just really experiencing life for what it is, it's all making sense. It's all connecting the dots. I'm seeing the connection in everything. I'm seeing that all is one. People have their definitions and things like that, but God is love. God is energy. God is ether. God is everything. God is everything everywhere. God is all that there is. You are all that there is, and you are reflected everywhere. That's why I said you can't run away from yourself, because you are everywhere. Even the inorganic stuff, that's all you too. That's all you. Everything is you. So trying to run away from yourself, you will always find yourself. You will always run into yourself. But what are you gonna do? What many of us are choosing to do, we choose to go deeper. We choose to distract ourselves even more. We go from distraction to distraction to distraction. I mean, even Pokemon Go, was a big distraction, and like just adults, a whole bunch of adults are playing Pokemon Go. Like we're just literally looking for the next big thing to distract us. We have our smartphones to distract us. Next is probably gonna be virtual reality to distract us. Whatever we can use to distract us, we will use it. And it's like we're instantly. And the fact is, the deeper we go, is like we're actually going further and further away from ourselves. We're going further away from nature. You know, you look at the cities and everything, nature is being covered up. You know, nature is being covered up, and nature is being misused through everything that we use, like our lotions, you know, perfumes, deodorants, things that we put in our hair. Literally everything that we use, like they take stuff from nature, because everything comes from nature. They take stuff from nature, and they just they fuck it up. They mess it up. They mess with it, and it becomes just this artificial nonsense. And then we put all that in our bodies, and we just keep. You know, I used to put a bunch of stuff in my bodies nowadays. Nowadays, I don't. The only thing I put in my body now is like I put just raw shea butter. That's it. I don't put anything else on my skin. I'm not about that. You know. And it's good to use stuff on your body that you can eat. If you can't eat it, if you want to put it in your mouth, don't put it in your skin. If you want to put it in your mouth, don't smell it. You know, it's that serious. Like, we don't realize, like, you know, smelling is eating. If you smell something, you're eating it. Like, and if you're in an environment, you're eating the environment. You're eating the energy, because everything is energy. You know, it's very simple. It's not very complicated to realize why, you know, we are so sick. It's not complicated at all. They try to complicate it. They're giving you all this science and all these details and all these things and all this research, but just literally, just it's simple. It is very, very simple. Just eat simple foods, live a simple lifestyle. Simplicity is the best form of mastery. Like, if once you master something, it has become simple. So if you're trying to master life, life has to become simple. The leg went numb. So we gotta simplify everything. We have just been complicating everything, and we see what happens in the complicated world that we live in. We're seeing what happens now. We're seeing what's going on with the weather. We're seeing what's going on, you know, in other countries, and it's only gonna get worse. So we no longer have the time. So this video is really to, you know, my videos now, I'm switching up the pace. Like, we gotta act. We have to act now. We cannot wait any longer. We don't have like a buffer. You know, everything that's happening now has been in action for a while. Like, you know, has been in the process for a while. And it's up to us. It's up to each and every single one of us to act, to really be true to ourselves, to literally get rid of fear. Fear will always be there, but we can't just succumb to it all the time. You know, we can't keep making excuses and going backwards. We have to move forward. Let's pick a straight line. Let's focus. I say we focus on a natural living. We focus on being us naturally. We don't need, like, we have so many attachments in life. So many attachments, so many things bogging us down, so many things, you know, and we just have to just let things go and become a little bit lighter. Let's become a little lighter so we can actually follow our dreams, so we can actually have the energy to do that, because everything is bogging us down, you know. I was talking about earlier in the video, we gotta start grounding ourselves. Take off your shoes, man. When you go out into nature, take off your shoes and walk around. Reconnect with Mother Nature. Grow out your hair. Your hair is antenna. Like, really, your hair is antenna. Like, once I started this journey, like, even instinctively, I wanted to grow my hair. And it's funny because my mom told me that my hair wouldn't grow. Like, they got us so afraid of our hair. So afraid of our hair. You know, they had this whole thing like, for a long time, men shouldn't have long hair. They made sure like we were all cutting our hair, especially black men. They made sure we were always getting fades and lineups and everything like that. Like, you know, every 2 weeks. Oh, that's, you know. But man, I read this article talk about, like, you know, if you keep cutting your hair, your body ends up having to grow way more hair than it should, because your hair would naturally grow to a certain length and then it would stop. But we keep cutting it, so it has to keep regrowing and regrowing. So we're giving the body more stuff to do. And again, we're getting in the body's way. So let's get out of the body's way. Let's give the body what it needs. When we give the body simple foods that it's familiar with, food that it's meant for us, our bodies can, like, actually recharge and rest. You know, when we fast, our body can rest and rebuild and get stronger. And we can make sense of the information. And we're actually getting good information rather than corrupted information from the dead, unnatural foods, from the meat, eggs, and the dairy. Like, you're just eating pain, suffering, rape, and things like that. Why eat that when you could just eat just food, just natural living foods filled with life, foods from Mother Nature, where everything comes from. Everything comes from nature. Everything that we have comes from nature. Every invention you can think of, everything that you see comes from nature. So why not eat from the source? Not a corrupted source. Eat from the source. Nature is the greatest teacher. I'm telling you, nature is the greatest teacher. I've learned so much from nature. That's why I love being out here. So in order to stop running away from ourselves, we really do. We have to actually see who we are. You know, a thing too is like we're afraid of the unknown. So we don't know who we are, so we are afraid of it. And sometimes we're afraid of how powerful we might be. Maybe we like feeling powerless. Maybe we like feeling powerless because if we're powerless, then we can just do nothing and we can just let life pass us by. We can keep drinking, smoking. We can keep our bad habits, knowing that if we find out that we are powerful, that we might actually have to let go of those things and actually get moving and start acting and start following our passion and actually make a difference in the world. You know, sometimes it's easy. It's easy to be lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very easy to be lazy. It's easy. It's simple. It's very easy to be lazy. It's not easy to follow your dreams, even though it's more fulfilling. It's not easy to love yourself. It's very easy to just say all the negative things you want about yourself and talk yourself down and say crappy things to your body, you know, stuff like that. It's very easy to do that. It's very easy to put yourself down. It's not easy to continuously every day talk to yourself, spend some time with yourself, and you know, let your body know that you love yourself, and let yourself know that you are doing a good job, you know. And as you can see, it's because we don't do that to other people either. We tend to also do the same thing to other people. We put them down. Just like we're putting ourselves down, we put other people down. But when you start uplifting yourself, you're going to start uplifting others. And you're going to wonder also, like, why people aren't loving themselves. You know, I used to not love myself for the longest time. It was tough. Like, I had no self-confidence. Like, someone would tell me I'm handsome, I'd be like, thank you, but I wouldn't really believe it. You know, I still wasn't very comfortable with my body. And I see that a lot. Many people are not comfortable with their bodies. And that's another thing. How can you be comfortable with your body if you don't even know your body? Constantly, we are covering ourselves up. Constantly, like with everything. Not just clothes, but yeah, we got clothes, we got underwear. Girls have bras. Like, we're covering everything. We got socks, then we got shoes. And it goes on. We got sunglasses. Like, now we're even blocking our vision. We got sunglasses. Man, like, it is insane. And then we do all type of stuff to our hair. We cut it. Like, we are always constantly messing with us. How can we get anywhere? How can we find out who we are? How can we know who we are? How can we know our body if we're constantly just messing with it and defiling it and just doing all these things with it? I found that when I left my body alone, when I stopped shaving, you know, and I stopped putting chemicals on there, I found when I did that, oh my goodness, like everything changed. I started seeing my body for what it was. I'm just like, man, I'm pretty beautiful. Like, I love my body. Like, my body does so much for me. My body does so much for me, and I never think it, and I never spend time with it, you know? So I encourage people to spend more time. Like, if you're at home, like, just take off your clothes and just look yourself in the mirror and look at your body and just thank your body for all that it does. Like, we have all this guilt and shame associated with the naked body, where we only get naked when we're having sex or taking a shower. But just get naked and be one with you. Be one with you. Thank your body, because you need your body in order to do anything in this physical world. And your body's doing a lot. Your body's taking care of so much for you. Your breathing, you know, your digestion, filtering out the toxins, like, you know, with everything that it does, the body. Imagine if you had to do all that yourself. If you had to do all that yourself, you wouldn't be able to do a damn thing. So, how can you love your body? How can you love your body if you don't even know your body? Get to know your body. Get to know yourself. Get to know every aspect of yourself. Get to know you. And you will love it. You will love yourself. And like I said, it's not going to be easy, and it is scary to face yourself. And when I talk about demons, it's going to be like you will have many demons. You know, you'll have many personalities that you will come into contact with, and you will have to face each and every single one of them. Pick one of them at a time and face them, and, you know, ask yourself, because most of us are living in a world right now, like, we are reacting all the time. Like, we're not even acting anymore, we're just reacting. We have a response for everything. Somebody says something, we already have a response for that. But do we ever take the time to ask us, why did I respond that way? Why did I say that? Who said that? Did I say that? Did the ego me say that? Or did my higher self say that? You got to start to discern from your ego self and your higher self. Because your ego self has been in control for a while. Your higher self is always there guiding you. That's your intuition. And sometimes we listen to the higher self. Sometimes, we know about it. You hear that all the time. Listen to your gut. Follow your heart. That's the higher self. And we listen to it sometimes. But other times, the mind that's about survival gets in the way, and we listen to the mind. So we have to listen more to the heart. We have to listen more to our intuition, to our gut. So you have to ask yourself, who said that? Did I say that? And sometimes when you feel that you're about to react, take a pause and breathe. Because you don't have to react right away. You got a little bit of time. Think about it first. If you're about to cuss somebody out, think about it is this what I want to do? Do I want to cuss somebody out? Why am I cussing this person out? What did this person do to me? If you feel like someone's about to make you mad, and honestly, I've realized that nobody can make you mad. You have to make the decision to get mad. Something has to trigger something. Something is triggered inside of you, and you have decided the response that you want is to get mad. Nobody can bring anything out of you that wasn't already there. So that means if you're getting mad a lot, you got to realize, you got to ask yourself, where is this anger coming from? What haven't I dealt with? If you're having trouble letting things go, ask yourself, why am I holding on to things? Why am I not letting go of things? Because, all these things, all these emotions, all these things that are going on inside of us is what's going to happen outside of us as well. Literally, if you don't let go of things, and if you hold on to things, let's say you're holding on to grudges, revenge and hate and things like that, and you just don't want to forgive and forget, you might end up emotionally you might end up emotionally constipated, and that emotional constipation will lead to actual physical constipation. Look it up. Look to see what your emotions and your thoughts and how they manifest in your body. Because your body is your subconscious mind. Your body is the physical representation of your subconscious mind. So what's happening in your subconscious mind, what's happening up here, your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings, it reflects in your body. That's why a lot of people, people can't lie to me. You can't lie to me because I can see your body. I can see your body. I can see what your eyes are doing. I can see your lips. I can see your hands. I can see your body language. And your body language is a language. Your body speaks. People can try to hide with their words all they want, but the body speaks. The body speaks, and you can't ignore that. So, I can tell a lot about somebody just based on their body language. It's called body language for a reason. So your body is a physical representation of your subconscious mind. So also, you can also learn about yourself by looking at what you do to your body. Are you tapping your leg a lot? Are you, chewing on pens? Are you chewing on your fingers? Look at the things that you do and ask yourself, why am I doing this? And take control. Take back control. Don't let your subconscious mind just run over your life. Your subconscious mind is needed for sure for all the bodily functions and things like that. And for other things as well. It's powerful if you prime your subconscious mind to focus on what you want. But if you don't know what you want, and if you don't know who you are, your subconscious mind is just going to do whatever. Your life is a gamble now. Your life is just whatever comes in, you become it. And whatever happens to you, you identify with it. And then anybody can come in and tell you who you are. But if you prime your subconscious mind, if you figure out who you are, and you can choose your environment, you can choose your food, choose your information, now you're leading your life. So yes, demons, personalities, you'll have to face them. You'll have to face them eventually. So no better time than now. If you're watching this and this speaks to you, face your personalities and your demons now. See how they are taking control and take back control. I can tell, many people, when they're living, it's not really them. It's just personalities. They go from personality to personality to personality. They have a different personality for each situation. They have a personality at work, personality here, personality there, personality with this person, personality with that person. And that's fine. You can have that, But the thing is, these personalities are automated. They're not in our control. We've just built them up. So we have to destroy those personalities and bring in the new ones. Bring in the new ones that's focused on love, that's focused on connection, that's focused on reflection, that's focused on evolution and growth, that's focused on the, the betterment of the world, of nature, that's focused on bringing back the natural world, that's focused on, truly being one and living in harmony with each other, the animals, and the planet. Let's bring those personalities in, because the personalities that we have now, they're very egotistical. They're very all about separation. They're all about me, and survival of the fittest. And if I win, you lose, things like that. And that's not how the world actually works. These are just man-made laws that we have. These are man-made pretenses that we have created and that we are living by, but they're not true. So let's get rid of the old personalities. We have to die. The Bible spoke about this too. You have to die. The old you has to die. You don't have to physically die, but your ego has to die. You have to have an ego death. And you will still have the ego, and that's fine. The ego is needed, but the fake ego, the ego that has identified with everything that's happened in your life so far, and identified with everything that you've learned, that ego needs to die, and because that ego is all about separation. That ego did not see the connection that there is in the world. Because once you truly see the connection that there is in this world, and you see that connection, and you embody that connection, you embody the love, you are no longer separate. You realize that you are part of it all, and you start acting like it. Because once you realize you are part of something, why would you destroy it? Why would you eat meat, dairy, and eggs? Why would you put food in your body that's not made for you? Why would you put food in your body that slows you down? Why would you smoke? Why would you put smoke in your body?